been interested in looking at things a little bit differently and thinking about how things are done now and how they could be done in a different way. Look, one of the things that I talk about a lot is how to improve the ability for women to be successful in industries where women are not generally in the majority.
It seems to have happened just through my career choices. I got into the army, did my time as a military police officer, got into close protection, and I guess it's that additional step of going into the private security industry and working as a bodyguard in Iraq. I've been a little bit disruptive.
There's nothing more disruptive in the media than joining the ranks of online media. The internet has been such a disruptive influence on the mainstream media industry. It's taken a very, very long time for the newspapers to catch up, but we're seeing now just how disruptive that technology is on not just the business model, but the way we tell stories.
Well, since I've released my book, Mercenary Mum, I've actually had a few women in the security industry contact me through my website, asking me basically how I got into the job and how they can do it as well. So it's been quite good to be able to impart my knowledge and experience on the young women coming through.
We've tried a few things that are quite different to what other companies have tried. We've had some failures as well, and so what we've done is we've often talked publicly about that. And I do hear from other people that they've potentially avoided making some of the same mistakes that we have, particularly around things like helping to make women successful through leadership programs and things like that.
It used to be that the masthead of a mainstream newspaper was all-knowing and never talked back. Now it's much more about having a conversation with the public, and the public are holding the media accountable.
You end up with some haters or people that don't necessarily believe in what you're standing for or what you believe in, people that aren't willing to be challenged by your ideas.
You do end up with a lot of naysayers, people who will tell you that this is the way the world works. So I think if you let that get to you, you really can prevent you from being passionate and following what you want to do.
It can be hard to challenge the status quo, especially when it comes to the gatekeepers within the media. For disruptors, that can be challenging because there's a sense that they're not being heard, but there's no excuse these days not to have your voice heard because everybody can publish themselves.
Be brave and hold your nerve. So don't freak out if things look a bit risky or a bit scary.
Speak up. Speak loudly and forcefully and keep speaking even when nobody's listening. Experiment. Frankly, everybody's making it up as they go along.
Whatever it is that is your thing, that is disruptive, think of it as being normal, because the more you normalise it in your own mind, the less of a big deal it is to you. Whilst it might be disruptive to everybody else, it's normal to you, and I guess you have a greater chance of success.